You know, sometimes we get on here and we forget that others don't really practice healthy lifestyles. And a healthy lifestyle is not hard. You don't need a date for nutrition. You don't need a date for fitness. You don't need a date to quit a habit. Just do it. Because if World War III come here, you're going to have to do it anyway. You're going to have to live without a lot of things. A lot of luxuries or a lot of things that keep your mind in a contemporary state of relaxedness. Like smoking. Just quit. Be disciplined enough to quit. Treat smoking like your life depended on it, because it does. If you drink a lot of liquor, you know, Cavassier and Chivas, Regal, you drink all that old nigga shit, you know, all that brown liquor, and you fucking up your kidneys and liver, and you know, when you don't hydrate, you don't do fruits, you don't do salads. Oh, you know salad. What the hell? You know, you that type of cat. It's like, what do you really think is going to happen when you hit your 40s, 50s, 60s, if you're lucky to make it to 60? You know what I'm saying? You know, young boys run up on you. I seen two brothers with their wives on a cruise ship. Two old-ass, fat, football-watching, sport-worshiping-ass brothers. Heavy set, big as hell, stomach out, you know, fresh haircut, shoulders back. And I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying, put yourself in their shoes if this situation happens. These brothers, I guess the wives, or maybe the men, had an altercation with one brother. I think that dude was around 35 years old. He was in good shape. He was in football shape. See, there's three different types of shape. There's soccer shape, MMA shape. There's wrestler shape. Wrestler shape ain't no joke. There's football shape, basketball shape. And then there's probably, I don't know, cyclists. But I put cyclists a little bit up there, because to do that and ride that bike for 35 miles an hour plus consistently, it takes a lot of stamina, a lot of strong legs, especially to sit on that narrow-ass seat with them hot pants on. Yeah, the brother was in good football shape. I would say he was probably a running back, or maybe a small tight end, or he could be a linebacker. He's maybe about 225, and the brothers, they were about 250, 260, and they forgot who they were. They forgot, yeah, it's been a while since you've been in the gym, motherfucker. You've been sitting on that goddamn recliner with all them USB ports on your phone, betting, you know, digitally, because that shit is all scammed and hacked and rigged. And, you know, talking shit, drinking your liquor with your pretty ice in it. And you got on a cruise ship and you thought you was that dude you was 20 years ago. And he quickly let they big asses know you ain't. One dude whooped two big ass dudes' ass, and the wives, he whooped their ass so bad the wives couldn't even pull this motherfucker up off of him, man. Now, that shit is all over social media. One, you got to face the fact that, two, you couldn't protect your wife when time was needed. That was one. Two, that shit being shared off social media, that hurts your mental state as a man. And you know, some of the friends that don't like you, because we all got friends that don't like us, they gonna clown you and send you like, damn, motherfucker, y'all got your asses whooped. That young boy got up on y'all asses, didn't it? Man, let me tell you something with young men respect. Young men respect old dudes that got their mind, their body, their features, their finance, their wife, and their children in their household together. That's what they admire. You know what I'm saying? That's what they respect. When a young cat look at you and you ain't got it, you better not come out of your mouth sideways to that young boy. You better not. And when I say that, I'm talking about 30 and below, living in an apartment complex, single man, probably a baby daddy, got no children at all, ain't married, got a decent $60,000 a year job, has a goddamn an account with the gym. You know, he go to the little gym, get his little upper, his little lower on, you know, play a little ball on Sundays. Drink a little brew, drink a little liquor, but he got that young RNA, young DNA. He can afford to absorb that shit. When you hit this game 45, 55 plus, brother, you got to watch what you eat. You got to watch what you do. You have to be more disciplined, because now you have moved from predator to prey. Yeah, you financially stable. Yeah, you got life insurance. You got the whips out there, the Nazis in the parking lot, but your ass can be taken down quick like a clown. You know, and so it doesn't take much to quit something you know that's going to end up failing you. Respiratory, that's the worst thing in the world. Besides ED, imagine that you can't get it up because your system is so bogged up and clogged up. Or you're on medications, you know what I'm saying? You know, you got the damn mask on, and it's so simple. Stop fucking with liquor, stop fucking with sugars, stop fucking with fatty, gravy, nasty-ass foods that come from deaf drive-thrus. You know, learn to put more fruits, you know, like my man Yaki said. Eat your ass a salad, a real salad, not no iceberg lettuce, but some shit with spinach and cabbage in it. You know, get disciplined, because if a hurricane come, a tornado come, a tsunami comes, you know, the call of the wild decides to show up on your back porch in the size of a pack of wolves, you got to get ready to get busy. And to me, as a soldier of 28 plus years, I don't believe that if you need a firearm to defend yourself, trust me, I carry guns, I have guns. But I'm still weaponized without my firearms. I'm still weaponized without an edge weapon. I'm still weaponized without a blunt force trauma tool. You know what I'm saying? I know the human anatomy well enough that I don't care how big you are. I can cut off all the vitals that's on them EQ machines that's inside the hospital that don't make no beats, but they bleep. You know, you have to be a master. And when you at 45 to 55, this is mastery level. This is mastery level of fitness, mastery level of finance, mastery level of leadership. You know what I'm saying? People come to you for the answers like, hey, big dog, how you do this? You know? This is, you're at that mastery level. So you got to get disciplined. Every now and then you got to rebirth yourself. You got to say, you know what, fuck that, I ain't drinking that shit no more. Fuck that, I ain't taking these pills no more. Only if you can find a safe way to get your vitals back to where they were before. You know, start walking, start working out. If you're scared to walk during the day because you're a big motherfucker, walk around at night. Get yourself a wetsuit. All you're doing is losing water, but you got to make sure that you're eating correctly and replace that stuff with solid nutrients. Things like that use UV rays. You know, teas. I wouldn't say coffee, but fruits and vegetables. Things that are the natural way of our being. You got to get back to that mastery level, man, because the obesity epidemic can be prevented. It's just people don't have no fucking discipline. You know, go take you a jiu-jitsu class. Learn how to roll around on the mat, defend yourself on your back. Learn how to get top mount, you know, slide through the guard and get some resistance on the shoulders and, you know, choke a joke out, straight arm bar, gogo plata, or a triangle choke. Get flexible again. Become a threat, because if you're not a threat, you ain't no man. You can't raise your voice around no real niggas. You can't say that that's what I said what I said, brother. You can't do that. You got to agree to disagree. Yeah, man, you right. That's what your fat ass better say. For somebody to run up on you and embarrass you and this shit get filmed. I'm not trying to sit here like Billy Badass. I ain't saying that I'm the baddest motherfucker out here, but I'm going to take his place until he get here. You know, you got to be an iconic measure for your sons and your daughters. How do your daughters know what to look for if you done set the example? Your daughter going to marry what you are. And if you're a fat, sloppy, slouchy, lazy ass, drinking, eating pork all the time motherfucker, that's the type of motherfucker she gonna marry. And what's gonna be so bad about it, you ain't gonna get along with the motherfucker who is you. Because that's exactly who she gonna marry. That's who your son gonna be. Unless he find another person that can mentor or somebody else he idolizes. And I think it's a sad day when your son idolizes another man and not you. That's a sad day. You really done fucked up in the game. But get disciplined, man. You know, and stop listening to these health nuts out here talking about drinking gallons of water or you rinsing out your minerals. When you look at when people become dehydrated, heart attacks, or anytime you get picked up by the ambulance, what's the first thing they throw in you? Saline. What's in saline? Salt. So it ain't really salt, people. It's the meats. The meats with all those antibiotics in it, with all those vaccines in it, you know? Like my biggest thing this year is to stop eating chicken on the bone, to stop eating shrimp, and stop fucking with steaks. Even though I set those markers like it's a dessert, that shit is still unhealthy. It still causes inflammation. You know what I'm saying? It still puts bad stuff in your system, and it's hard for your body to work with it in a proper manner. You know, so that's my next. I had a 5-year plan. The first 2 years I stayed home with the kids, wanted to see what my wife was going through. Man, let me tell you something. Being a stay-home mom ain't no motherfucking joke. Whether you got twins or one child. Man, children are needy and consistently on that neediness. You can't sit down. You can't clean. You can't cook. You ain't got time to do nothing. I'm telling you, gentlemen, I tried it. I did 28 in the military service, and I went out here. My wife went to work, fuck with that real estate shit. I stayed home with our last set of twins, and I must tell you, I was apologizing at day 5. I was like, man, hey, I see now. I see. You know, whether it's newborns breastfeeding or not, I mean, man, it was a task, bro. It was a task. And come from combat arms is a task. 12 years of war, 12 years of slave, that's a task, man. But, man, let me tell you something. Maintaining a home and taking care of children ain't no damn joke if you're doing it right. If you're doing it wrong, it's easy. But if you're doing it right, education, reading, writing, putting 10-hour audiobooks on the TV, monitoring, make sure they go to bed, changing the diaper, feeding them the right fluids. Oh, I got to blend up this so it can be soft and malleable enough for them to eat. We didn't mess around with all that carnation crap, because if they're giving you poison in the pharmaceutical industry, they definitely giving the baby poison. Hell, as soon as the baby come out the womb, they shooting them up with poison. They don't care. Everything here is about population control. You know what I'm saying? The sheets and all the gas station foods, pizzas, and everything y'all be buying, and the death drive-thrus, they all send you to the hospital, or they send you to the doctor with bad vitals. And then the doctor, he's in bed with the pharmaceutical industry, because anybody that's done residence as a doctor will tell you the only way they can make their money is writing prescriptions. So you got to come in there sick enough. Well, you ain't got to be that sick, but sick enough that they can prescribe you some shit, and that's how they get their bonus money. That's how they do it. You know, and nutrition and fitness has changed so much because we were fed so many lies starting off with the food triangle. So then we had to get wise and smart. It's like, no, you ain't supposed to eat cheese and milk and dairy and bread and pasta. These are the things that America lives off: wheat, cheese, which comes from milk, dairy products, right? Donuts with sugar on it, you know, sugar at itself, and then oil. So they put in oil, which is vegetable oil. That's lubrication oil that goes in your car. You know, seed oils. The same shit that goes in your car. The same shit the diesel engines can run off. That's what they feeding you. Inside all your condiments. All them sweet sauces you like, those are seed oils in there. That's why it has that thick viscosity. It sticks to your meat, why it tastes so good. They add a couple of chemicals to it, and you swear you eating good. But as soon as you eat, what do? You feel tired. Today I went to the gym. My stomach was growling, man. Let me tell you something. Being on this discipline side of the fence, it is easy to go get a double Whopper. Or if you're really desperate to go get it yourself, a double quarter pounder from McDonald's, go large. Dr. Pepper with no ice, that used to be my shit. But after I ate that shit, how did I feel? I felt sluggish. I felt tired. My brain wasn't functioning well. You know, I smelled horrible on the toilet. And I was like, man, I started reading and I started looking into things. And when you find out and you see the lie and you woke, it sucks being woke, but I'm glad I'm woke. Because the people you talk to, you try to tell a brother who's on 6 medications, he's 43 years old. He's like, man, all you got to do is this. Give up pork. Man, he can't even give up pork. I can only imagine what's going to happen when I tell him to give up beef. You know, because I'm trying to get it to the point where I'm just eating salads, fruits, vegetables, and fish. That's my goal. So by 2025, that's all I'm going to eat. Something that swims, I guess biblical eating, fruits with seeds, hearty core vegetables, including some mushrooms, because mushrooms fix your DNA. Fish makes you smarter. Red fruits are good for vitality. Vegetables are good for digestion and keeping the colon healthy and keeping the rectum healthy. And everything they do is to ensure that you go to the hospital more. The more you go to the hospital, the more you have to use your insurance, the more they're going to give you medications. It is a money grab. And if we're not disciplined enough, man, when the doctor tell you, hey, we're going to do some surgery, it look like it's cancerous, let me take a needle and poke it so the cancer can spread even more, so I can get more of your motherfucking time. They're like a toxic fucking girlfriend, bro. They just doing shit just to do shit. And that's the way they was taught. And you can't expect them dudes or gals and girls to waste their 6 or 8 years degree, $600,000 in schooling just for you. If you don't know your body, motherfucker, why you expect me to know it? I'm just here to push pills like your local drug dealer. It's just legal now. You know what I mean? So you have to take charge of your life. Get out of that goddamn cubicle. Stop jumping in your car and just driving to go get you some Starbucks or some bullshit that's going to make you nastily built. Get your ass outside, take you in some fresh air, you know, change your shoes if you need to, have a change of clothes at work, go and spend that hour and 15 minutes out there getting you some sun and some fitness. You know, my stomach was killing me today. I said, man, I'm going to the gym. Went to the gym, did my 6 or 8 exercise, 4 sets of 15. I wasn't hungry no more. I'm still not hungry now. And I'm getting to the point, man, let me tell you something. This is going to sound crazy. This is going to sound crazy what I'm about to say. I love fasting more than masturbation. I know. Y'all trying to like, what? Look, fasting is more satisfying than masturbation. I ain't going to say it's more satisfying than sex with a gorgeous woman or your wife. But I'm just simply saying, fasting is more satisfying than masturbation. When you truly feel what your body can do, how you can jump, how you can sprint, how you have so much balance, how your skin is perfect, how your vascular is good. You're very strong. You can do pull-ups, you can do dips. And I mean, you can sprint, not the old man sprint. You know, you can goddamn get it. Action hero shit. You know what I mean? You start to say, man, this fasting is the shit. I'm to the point, man, I have to force myself to eat a meal because I really do get on the point that when I get home, I've had fruit for that day. I was like, man, I ain't eating till tomorrow. I ain't. Like, that's my goal. You know what I'm saying? Like that one porn movie you couldn't wait to watch. That's how fasting is to me. I know that's a bad analogy, but some of y'all niggas get it. This was not made for the females to understand, but I know those men out there, y'all get what I'm saying. Like, bro, it can't be that. Yes, it is. It is that satisfying. It's like when you first got into fitness and you got into high school and college sports and you realized you was great at your sport and you was also in great shape, then not only was you the alpha of a group of 60-something guys, traveling team, you was the sigma of the group. You was the motherfucker that the alphas look toward, too. See, when people understand how it goes in the hierarchy, the sigma is the shit. The sigma is the Zeus. The alphas look up to the sigma. And the alphas run y'all around. So that's kind of like the politicians and the president. No, not really. It's actually like the Club 300, the hidden hand that runs politics and the president. Those are the sigmas. The alphas are the politicians and the president. And y'all are the rest of the team. You feel what I'm saying? I just, man, discipline is where it's at. You can quit smoking, you can quit drinking, you can quit eating bullshit. I noticed that a lot of female students I had, they deal with eating bread. They have an addiction to bread. Buttered bread, rolls, and all that stuff. That stuff's fucking you up. And this is why you can't get your body like you want it, you know? Eating all these sugary drinks. Man, if you look at what Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks is serving you ladies, they are serving you death. It may look good with your purse heel game, but you know what? You drinking straight sludge. You drinking sewage water. You drinking death. I found out not too long ago that all the tea bags in the paper bag have plastics in them. When you put that paper, that thin little lucite bag, whatever the hell it is, inside your hot water, there's pieces of plastic going in your water that you're consuming that's going in your bloodstream. So that when I found that out, I started just buying the teas where I can put them in a little metal thing, close it up, and drop it in my tea. See, another habit I just fixed. I'm not saying tea's a bad habit, but the fact that the tea, we think we're drinking it for medicinal health, and it's medicinally wrong because of the bag that it comes in. So what you could do, if you want to be functional and you can get around one of those tea shops, take the bag and empty it into one of those metal things and use that. Don't use the tea bag. Stop being lazy. And you can put 2 tea bags in it, you know. I look at a lot of cats I'm talking to because I'm slowly but surely starting to slip away from some of my peer groups. Yeah, they got the big houses. Yeah, we got the 3 cars. Yeah, the teens got the cars and all that stuff. And, you know, you got the nice layout, a 75-inch screen in almost every goddamn room. But if you ain't got your health, man, what good is that shit when you in the fucking ground? You done did all this goddamn work, got all this goddamn education degrees, got these high-end paying jobs, got your walk-in closet with a different suit for every fucking for 14 days, you know, using the method that Steve Harvey talk about. Got 2 tans, 2 blues, 2 blacks, 2 grays. Even got 2 whites, can mix all that shit up because they came from the same vendor, so they have the same pattern. You know, I buy my suits on sale, I ain't gonna front. I can't afford suits like that, so I buy them on sale. But you know, when you have a great physique, you don't need brand names. Your brand name is your physique. The only people that need brand names are motherfuckers that know their body's badly built. I want you to notice the brand name, not me. Being honest, man. I mean, makeup is the biggest scam in the world. You got to put all this shit on your face, eyelashes and head, and then you talking about you want a real man. You come to the conversation line, baby girl. Because if you ain't coming out the shower, the pool look like that, it ain't you. You know what I mean? And plus, the makeup industry is just as bad. They put shit on you that makes your skin bad so that you do what? Make more makeup. This is what they got these engineers in science for. These scientists and engineers are making sure that the product they sell is not only addictive to the palate, but it has to be used over and over again because of the consequences and outcomes that it causes to your pH balance. You know? Your alkaline upper, acidic lower. The alkaline is the intake area. The acidic is the digestive sewage area that gets rid of stuff. You know? It has to be acid in order to get rid of it. It has to be alkaline in order to grow it and groom it. Think about what fruit does in your stomach. Fermentation. Fermentation is a good process. Think about what meat does in your stomach. Rot and sewage going through your bloodstream. See, when you say it like that, you give them the real truth. Now imagine what pork ribs and pork butt and all that shit if you ain't soaking in Coca-Cola. The best way to deworm pork, I used to, back it was about 3 years ago when I used to cook pork, man, I used to take a 2-liter Coca-Cola. Like, Dad, you ain't gonna drink that? I was like, no, I'm cleaning the meat. Cleaning the meat? Yeah, man. The meat used to get a Coca-Cola bath. And I should have known then, man, you see all these worms come out and like, why am I eating this shit? Just for some goddamn barbecue sauce and taste? And then you got to throw it in hot water with about 6 cups of vinegar, flash it real quick, then you put it on open flame, and after you put it on open flame and caramelize it, then you put it in the smoker. Like I said, if it ain't no blood in the meat, there's no nutrient in the meat, so I'm just eating desserts. That's where that concept came from. There's nothing in it. But if you eat fruit, vegetables, that has you eating sunlight. And it's like, man, that's boring though. Man, I want the bread with the biscuit and the gravy and the sauces and the condiments, and I want the big piece of meat and the burnt tips. Yeah, that's a delight for your mind. But once it gets past the thought process, it fucks everything up from here on down. You know, the thyroid on down. Because the thyroid's confused. You train your thyroid. Your thyroid tells the stomach, hey, we got 6 items coming down the elevator. The stomach's like, all right, bet. Well, what are they? I think this is pork, and this is gravy. This is fried chicken. Oh, it's shit. Oh, okay. So your stomach says, well, that's not real nutrition. Let me go ahead and process this shit as fast as I can, depending on the chemical crap that you put on it. And it tries to send it through your damn large intestines to your through your rectum and your colon. And now you got a dude sticking his finger in your ass at age 45 and 50, trying to see if you got any polyps in there. Because you ain't never got, what's the shit where they put the little tube in there and they run water and flush it behind out? Oh yeah, the colonic. Yeah, you never done a colonic. You go, man, I ain't doing that gay shit. Okay, well, gay shit put you in the goddamn ground. I flush my ass out, homie. I ain't playing around. You know, I flush it from up here, and manually with the, you know, the whatever the chemical is that helps keep you a good colon health and stuff like that. Take you a good poop, and hey, a couple more years, you're back on the track again, man. You know, I've had doctors check me millions of times. They always say, man, if I can clone you, and that shit makes me feel good. Because when they see me, they be like, oh, I know I ain't giving this motherfucker no pills. No, not me, homie. Not me. Because, you know, I'm coming in for checkups. They force me to do these once-a-year checkups. You know, like this month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. What's the best way for breast cancer awareness? Watch what you eat. Exercise, sunlight, swimming in salt water, staying away from Starbucks and Kentucky Fried Chicken. All that cute ass shit you think is, this ain't gonna do nothing. I just need me a little bite to eat. Just because you eat small poison don't mean it ain't poison. You know what I mean? I just, it sucks, man, because we're not disciplined. But you tell black folks about Jesus, they ready to fight you. You tell them about diets, they don't want to invite you over the house no more. And it's like, it just seems like we're so simple. We eat the wrong shit, we watch the wrong shit, we listen to the wrong shit, we do the wrong shit, but yet and still we want to come up. Four fingers on your hand is missing and you trying to make a fist. It's not making no fucking sense. And then you got motherfuckers on here. I watch some of the posts. I look at your health. I look at your skin. I look at your eyes. I look at your teeth. I look at your lips and your face. Because people can tell whether you full of shit, bullshit, or real shit. And the jokers be over here heavy set giving advice. Give yourself some goddamn advice. Start working out. Start walking your ass around. Stop showing me gym photos and you ain't even worked out. You know what I'm saying? I hate Halloween. These motherfuckers always putting this devilish ass bullshit up here. And my neighbor, he put together some dope ass shit. That motherfucker got a graveyard. It's nice. He got lights and shit. It's for the kids. But some of these jokers, you think these motherfuckers ain't grown up yet. Got all these life-size goddamn vampire bats and Draculas in their yard. I don't know. It is what it is. I just get disciplined, man. And the best way to prove your discipline, because I think with this presidential debate, they're going to enact war things, which means the current president is going to be the current president, you know? And we're going to go through the same shit. You know, higher prices for fuel, food, resources, and everything else. I mean, like I said, man, eating once a day and fasting, to me, is better than masturbation. I know that sounds crazy, but I don't know what other analogy of the type of pleasure you feel to feel good at a half a century's old plus. It feels great, man. It's like, wow, man, I can't believe I don't eat this no more. So my next biggest mark, and it's just a little for your information. If you thinking about the journey, man, take it. If you thinking about the journey, sis, take it. Fuck what your friends are saying, man. Sometimes we outgrow our friends. Sometimes we out, I don't know the name for it. When you making more money, they just not in your peer group no more, man. They still fucking around with the bullshit in the hood, and they not trying to make themselves better. Sometimes you outgrow them, you know? And that includes food and activities too. Like me and my wife, we don't go to no goddamn place where there's gonna be some violent shit popping off. Hell no. If they ain't at least $100,000 cars out in the parking lot, I ain't going in that motherfucker. I'm going in a place where everybody stands something to lose, in court or in the goddamn hospital, you know? But yeah, man, be the real Sigma, be the true Alpha. And you got to lead these young boys by example, because they ain't got nothing, man. One, they ain't got a dad in the house, they ain't got a neighbor, nobody, nothing. And we expecting them to do all this outstanding shit. We ain't showing nobody nothing. And I'm telling you, it's a sad day, man. I seen a lot of cats. You know, I said, well, man, go ask your dad, man. You know, oh, but I'm trying to be like you, sir. I was like, I give you a couple of tips, but, you know, just make sure your dad cool with it, brother. That's all. I'm not trying to step on his shoes. And, you know, the kids get to talk. Oh, no, you ain't finna talk about that man in my presence. That man gave you life, brother. He stayed in there. He ain't pull out. He could have put you anywhere other than your mama, and he put you in your mama. So now you're not finna disrespect that brother that pay bills and gives you your ass reality. That little Toyota you pull up in here with, you're not finna talk shit about that man. Sometimes people go through some shit. Stress will make you make bad decisions, you know? And when you stress, you want a comfort zone. Sometimes comfort is food. Sometimes comfort is music. Sometimes comfort is movies and radio and, you know, watching the sports. But I'm like, the reason why you are stressed because you don't have a performance capability. Can y'all see me? Robbie and blocking my shit. You don't have a performance. Let me change this transition a little bit. You don't have a performance stable life. You're not getting into your functional areas, you know? The things you know you need to do to maintain a solid state of man, which is maintain a name. Motherfucker run up on you, smack the living fuck out your wife, whoop your motherfucking ass, snatch her purse, didn't even need a gun, because you a soft target. You know? And women see it. Women will tolerate a lot of shit. Women will hype us up and say, baby, you got it. And they scared as a motherfucker. That's why some women will break a fight up quick. I don't see him get his ass whooped, because that woman can't look at you the same, bro. You catch your ass whooping in front of your wife. I done seen it happen. As a bouncer, I've seen many dudes get their ass whooping. They come back to the club next week by themselves. Women can't tolerate a loser, bro. They can't. If you're going to be a man all the way, motherfucker. Or at least 75% of the way. You know, either get the money or get the cred. Or get the power and the dominance. You got to get something. You got to get some fangs. You got to get some fangs, homie. You can't be a predator without no fangs. You know? Got to be able to bite through motherfuckers and let them know, yep, killer whales have showed up. Fuck a shark. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to show up, man. You know? You can't just be sitting stagnant, you know, hoping and praying for some other dude to save you when you can save yourself. That's why you got this surname. That's why it's been passed down from father to father to father, for you to carry that torch called DNA, and to make sure you sculpted and scripted right. You can form and change DNA. If you was you went from child to adult, from zero to hero, along your path from child to adult, you can resculpt and re-change your DNA by eating right, exercising right. You can change the outcome of your children. If a substandard bitch and a substandard nigga meet and have a child, and God bless the baby, they're going to have a substandard child. There's certain capabilities that baby ain't got because the daddy didn't have it and mama didn't got it. Unless, of course, the grandparents' DNA takes over, because DNA is smart. I forgot the whole dinosaurobo-nucleic acid crap. It knows what to put when it's building that helix. And it can only pull from your father's fathers. Now that means granddad, dad, and you. You're the father. It can only pull 3 generations back. Although it is an accumulation of 400 years and 4,900 talents of ancestral DNA, it might be a couple of molecules or a couple of this. But it's going to pull the best of the best. That's all nature knows, the best of the best. If nature didn't know the best of the best, we'd always get rotten fruits on trees. You know what I mean? So nature knows the best of the best. Give your body the opportunity to make you great by giving it and facilitating it with the tools and actionable activities and disciplines that it needs. Some of y'all need to take up a fighting course. Don't just go to the goddamn gun range, because bullets run out. Some of y'all need to learn how to work 3 different types of swords. Short sword, machete, and a samurai sword. Or, you know, an assassin sword, which y'all call a ninja sword. It's a quick, fast blade. It ain't made for fencing. It's made to do what it need to do. Hit the liver, hit the neck, bleed them out, go on about your business. 2 minutes later, the motherfuckers rigor mortis, you know? Learn how to use blunt force trauma tools, the screamer sticks, not just a goddamn baseball bat. This ain't the zombie apocalypse. Something more delicate, like a broom handle broken in half. You got what is it, about 36 inches on, no, 28 inches on this side, 28 inches on this side. 56-inch broom, drunk the goddamn Nick Cannon, that motherfucker, you know? Learn how to use your fist, know how to throw a punch from the hip, know how to throw a ghost punch, one you can't see coming, you know? Learn how to kick, learn how to scrap, learn how to wrestle. Get back to sprinting. I ain't telling you run 10 miles, but get back to sprinting, you know? It's just a great feeling, man. When you get in shape, you got your money right, your life is right, your wife is loving and digging you, and, you know, she's like, baby, what do you want to do with this? You know, my wife always asks me, like, no matter whether she was making more money than me or less, my wife always say, baby, what should we do with this? I said, man, we just gonna stack that. Damn, girl, you out there killing it, you know? And communication, man, and if you don't have communication understanding, if y'all are not on the same eating regimen, if y'all, like, you can have a physically fit guy be with an unfit woman, but I've hardly ever seen a physically fit woman be with an unfit man unless she was in her 30s and 40s just desperate for marriage. Most physically fit guys have physically fit women. Like me, I have a affliction for track, women who run track. I love track stars, man. Track women are the most sexiest women on the planet. Power, speed, elegance, grace, and you can't tell me they don't look like the top tier in, you know, shorts and heels or heels and a dress, or gymnasts, you know, like Simone Biles. Those are perfect bodies. You know what I mean? Those are perfect bodies to create a life in. This is not a factory. This is a smooth running engine. This is a high performance engine. You're giving your child a great place to grow, and an outstanding, very competitive woman. Not a woman that competes against you, but she wants to be the top tier of all her peers, you know? If you're not eating the same, having the same type of work ethic, like most employed people want an employed person, unless you make enough money for your wife to stay at home. Or, you know, you one of them high-end women, and, you know, your husband like, well, baby, you know, you ain't making that much. Most men ain't gonna do that shit. It's like, no, I'll pay for childcare. But I tried it. It was great. But you got to get your materials and your mentality to match. She can't be eating pork and fried chicken all the time, and you trying to be a frugivore and a partial vegetarian that's a pescatarian. Shit ain't gonna work out, because you're gonna constantly get improvements, and here comes jealousy, and here come the attack. I don't understand why you don't eat this shit. That motherfucker see all the come ups that you had in your journey of discipline, and now she's like, damn, I should have took it with him. But you so addicted to taste, you want to stay on the taste thing. I just can't live without my fried chicken. I can't live without my steak. I can't live without my pork. That shit's fucking you up. It was cool back in the day when we was kids. It never really bothered us, because guess what grandma, mama, and daddy was always making us do? Hey, eat your vegetables first. I ain't gonna give you no meat unless you eat your vegetables. We eat more vegetables. I know at my dinner table, man, we had corn, green beans, and cabbage. Maybe, or we had, if we didn't have corn, we had mashed potatoes. We had green beans, cabbage, and mashed potatoes with a meat, whether it was liver and rice or something like that. People were like, ew, liver. But I mean, we had a good, consistent meal. Everybody sat down at the table and ate. Want no phones, want no damn television on. How's your day today? How's school? How was practice? How's everything at that job? You learning what you need to learn? You know what you looking at on your check? You know what I'm saying? They had a good process, man. The group of people I was with, we came home with our key on our neck. We was at home by ourselves because our parents was working. But get disciplined. Get disciplined. Please get disciplined, because what's coming for us in 2025, if you ain't at least 60% shape, 40% there survival, capabilities of blunt force trauma, offensive, defensive with a firearm, sharp edge weapon, with your hands and feet, you're going to get fucked up. And it ain't going to be the police, National Guard, and the enemy. It's going to be the looters. The people who ain't ate in 3 or 4 days. They're looking for a sucker. They're looking for somebody that they can pick off and abuse, because they've been abused all their life. Y'all know the tale of the tape. Most rapists were raped. Most bullies were bullied. That's just the way shit works. You know, it's like vampirism. You got to get bit to become one. And when they experience that bad shit, they're going to put that bad shit on you too. You got to be able to protect your home. Because I don't think there's nothing worse. And this is the last thing I'm going to say. Oh, shit, 35 minutes. The worst thing I can say, there's nothing worse than being a man watching your wife and children get sodomized and raped and abused for information, detail, and resources. That shit happened a lot in Iraq and Afghanistan. You know, places like Africa and shit like that. You know, hell, even down with the cartel in Colombia and Cuba and places like that. This shit happens all the time. You know, you can't look at that child in the eye no more because you failed as a man. You know, as a mama, you couldn't protect your children. Everything's easier with two people, man. You want to make more money? Get a husband. Want to get a bigger house? Get a husband. Want a stable, safe place for your kids? Get a husband. All that going it alone, letting the federal government be your daddy. Let me tell you something. Federal government going to shut down on us again. Now what you got? So it start with the walking, then start with the sprinting, then do you some push-ups, do you some squats, do you some lunges, start swimming, start learning adaptability swimming, or what's called survival swimming, where you get in a 50-meter pool, you take one kick, one breath, and you go all the way through with one goddamn breath. Because you never know, you might be in a situation scenario. You might be in an aircraft in the motherfucking back, and the only door that's open is up near the goddamn cab. You never know, man. You never know. And not only do you have to be strong for yourself, you got to be strong enough to get your kids out and go back and get some more. And then do resuscitative breathing in the ocean where predators are starting to eat what's floating. Situations, like I tell you, I take 5 things and turn to 45 preparations, you know. I keep a sharp edge tool on me. I keep a stylus. A stylus is a little plastic tool, but it can punch into the ear canal. It can go into the eye. It can go into the thorax. It can go into all the vital areas, but it just looks like something I use for my phone. A metallic stylus. It's a weapon, you know. Anything can get stabbed in the right place, it's going to back off. Everything loves eyesight. Everything loves breathing. Everything loves its genitalia, you know. Those are 3 reset buttons for any goddamn body. But get disciplined, man. You can do it. Just try, because whether China invades, North Korea invades, or whatever the hidden army, or what is called the hidden invasion that's here invades, we're going to have to really fight, gentlemen. We're going to have to really fight. You have to do things you never thought you would do, and at a moment's notice. And I'm the type of man, I don't care about nobody except for my wife and kids. My children utmost, you know. But hey, man, when it come down to them, I promise them babies, the day I pulled them out my wife and held them, when I kissed them on their head with all that goop on them, I promise that day, ain't nothing gonna harm you, not while I'm alive. You gotta be serious about your shit, man. You got to be serious. I'm willing to take Satan's job to prove that I ain't playing when it come to my children. Satan be like, shit, that nigga crazy. You know, but at the same time, be ready, but enjoy life. Go out there, get you some sun, get you some fresh air. Enjoy living. Because the more you enjoy living, the better you become at creating death.